I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they enter play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers head out for their initial drive, and at the helm is their second-year quarterback now, the #1 overall pick from 2023, Bryce Young.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. A check on the numbers last week for Hubbard. 15 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
How about we shine a little spotlight on the offensive line? Those big guys up front are creating nice space, nice gaps for them to run through. I think he's going to go for over 100 yards in this game.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Young. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing, Young. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Tremble. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. Here's 2nd and 8.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
Looking to throw.
Again, it's Johnson.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll set up a throw.
He'll check it down, complete to Dillon.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That one out wide and intercepted.
And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
But Tommy Tremble, the intended target.
And it's 2nd down.
You look at this Eagle defense.
And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Short throw hauled in by Tremble.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd down, Young from the gun. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Well, the Eagles' offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Young to throw it. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it. Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They were certainly in field goal range, opted to go for it. Hey, they were able to pick it up.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, but look at it this way. The kicker had missed one before, so they decided to stay out and go for it, and it worked. But now, just one missed field goal and you're not trusting him? He'll be visiting a team psychiatrist this week because he's going to want some answers about why they wouldn't put him back out on the field.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Young to throw it. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Sanders. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Xavier Legette, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that drive in total 8 plays, and Carolina scores to cap it off. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Eagles offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, so to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Man open left side is Brown. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw again. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, it's Brown. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 8-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 8 yards out, and the Eagles are back within a score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Panthers offense and Chuba Hubbard set to take over once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Young now. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This is brought in at the 21. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
At the 25-yard line.
Back to throw.
Out to the flat here for Johnson.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now it's 3rd and 3.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. 3rd and 3.
They'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll look to throw again. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36.
That's good for an Eagles. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
Here's Young from the shotgun.
That one complete to Liggett.
It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a first down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Young.
This is caught by McMillan.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing, Young.
And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's second down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
2nd and 9.
Now Young. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now here's Young. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
The play fake. Now Young. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6.
Up the middle, Johnson. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A first down carry here for Johnson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back to throw here. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Panthers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Now 2nd and 9. Right back to Hubbard.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Young.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Young to throw it.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Looking to throw, Young.
And once again, this is Sanders.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down. To throw, Young. His throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
But many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they take a 17-14 lead. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
He's got Brown on the out route complete.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Here is third down and 4.
They'll set up a throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Back to throw again. He finds his man complete. That's Shepard. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
He'll look to throw.
That is caught.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. not just for himself, but to keep...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Panthers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. He'll find McMillan here.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Young. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. Out of the gun, it's Young. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Young now. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Young to throw it.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And that is incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shepard. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards.
And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
They'll give up the middle to Johnson.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Second and 8 coming from the 19.
They're going to look to throw. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Following the interception, Young. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And he'll go again here with Hubbard.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he stopped immediately there. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
It's Young off play action. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. In motion left goes a tight end. 3rd down, Young from the gun.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
He's back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
He'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They'll look to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Here's 1st down.
Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again.
But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Well, this fan base on the losing side, Charles, they're going to be talking about this one for a while. They ultimately decided to try to come up with a touchdown on that last play when all they needed was the field goal to force overtime.
Yeah, and the reasoning behind it, that's what we're all waiting to hear, because sometimes there's things that we don't see on the surface. Did the coach feel like, if he tied the game, they couldn't go any farther? They had too many injuries. I'm not sure what was going on there, but I'm with you. I'm stunned they didn't try and kick the field goal there.
So for Carolina, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.